I hope you're all satisfied. All of you that cheered this on, all of you who defended it, all of you who tried to excuse make over and over and over, year after year. Okay, you can blame the quarterback. You can blame the coach. You can blame players. You can blame this, that, and the third, all you want. But until you get a handle on what it is you got here, what are you doing? This organization is worse than the Detroit Lions of old, the Cleveland Browns of old, the Jets of old, you name it, the Houston Texans, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the Seattle Seahawks when they first joined up as an expansion. I mean, this is worse than all of that. Okay, why is it worse? Why? I mean, you got to realize it is worse than that, first of all, or what are you doing? You can say anything you want, but until you realize what the Denver Broncos really are, you are not going to go anywhere. It starts at the very top. It starts at the very top. When you look at the Broncos, you really take a look at that office, that front office, that organization. It in no way looks like anything it's ever looked like before. And I'm not going to just put all the blame on the current owners. Pat Bowlen never would have allowed John Elway to create this monster that we now have. Everybody would have been fired. Here's the problem. And when you look at what they are, this is not a football organization when you look at it from the office point of view, the administrative. This is a branding marketing company. And this is what you have. This is the result you get when you let a branding marketing company become a football organization and not even realize it. You know, everybody out there that's in the media is now having to hijack everything that we said. I just heard Mark Schlereth today talk about stats without context. For God, where the hell did he ever get that? We've been, pounding the table for this. Myself, I started this not for likes, not for views. I'm an actual journalist because what I did in my videos is I kept a journal on what was going on. I chronologically looked at film, put out what we were seeing. Again, just taking notes, putting the notes out there. What was going on in the front office? Putting out notes, putting it out there. Even recently having dim-wit people who just want to listen to a bunch of chatter from, these talking heads out there stating that John Elway doesn't exist when we just posted a whole video at the beginning of this season of Sean Payton and George Payton talking about how they're going to be working with John Elway. I don't want to hear from you people. I'm sick of you. You people excuse make everything. And that's another thing too. Don't ever talk about the front office, whatever you do. That's a big problem. You're not going to get nothing's going to change until this organization decides, are we going to be a branding company or going to be a football company? Because what happened with John Elway, when he put this front office together, the trust, this is where it all comes from. Then the new ownership came and they poured gas on the fire. The old regime put all kinds of analytic people around them because they wanted to hear the stats that made them feel good. Oh, do you realize the Broncos receivers get 4 yards of separation? Oh, yeah, they do get 4 yards of separation. The average NFL, it's 2 yards. It's 2 yards. Okay, let's just put this into context now. I look at the film and I watch receivers run their route and stop right next to a defender. Stop. Just stop. Yeah, they're 4 feet. Yeah, they got 4 feet of separation between themselves. Okay. So they what they did is they put a bunch of stat people in front of them. Go, oh yeah, look. They hyped up players that really weren't that good to begin with. They mixed players with systems, whatever the knee jerk was at the time. You had one system, a West Coast system. Then all of a sudden you had John Elway. He wanted to he wanted to go with the Kansas City system. He wanted to turn quarterbacks into Patrick Mahomes. So he brings in Shermer. So you had just mix mashing, and what it's all come down to is what you're seeing. There is no identity. Well, first of all, the front office, its identity is how to cover its own ass, how to cover up for its bad decisions. That's number one. They've got marketing. You look at it, and all it is a bunch of fucking marketing. And again, it's going to come up to the owners. Rob Walton. I just want to say this: where are you? You're nowhere to be found. Oh, I got my lieutenant here. Fuck you. I mean, I'm pissed. Fuck you. Show up for once. Show up for once, like Pat Bolin did. Grow a pair. Just don't have your friggin' lieutenants there. What have they done? Signed a $250 million. I mean, you should have knew better than that. Without making this guy prove himself. Shame on you. Shame on you for not being around. I don't see you at the game. It's not good enough. You should be called out. I don't care if you're a multi-trillion air demon, blood drinking, whatever. I don't care. You should be seen. You should be showing up. This is this is embarrassing to the National Football League too, who also had a hand in this. Also had a hand in promoting this, and now all the talking heads have jumped off. Now you've jumped off. Why don't you are you a marketing company or are you a football organization? I just need to know. But any talk about anything is not going to cut it until the front office is real. They decide what they want to be. Are we going to be a marketing agency or are we going to be a football organization? Then get football people in. Start getting the marketing people out. If you want marketing, get good football people and the marketing will take care of itself. Duh. I mean, do you really need the guy in his mother's basement to tell you that? I mean, it's frustrating. All this money up there. And none of it, and I think what it is they've spent all this money on marketing and we're kicking their ass. 3 guys in the basement. Constantly being right all the time. It's not rocket science. All we have done is we've cataloged and journaled everything. And we never tried to spin it in a certain way to bullshit people. So you're going to get what you get. It's not going to end until the very top gets a clue and actually decides what it wants to be. You want to be a clown show, then be a clown show. You're doing a really good job of that right now. There's nothing really else to say. I mean, I'm just waiting to see what the top, what they decide, what they want to be. You had a good model to go off of as far as being a clown show. That's what Elway created. Everybody kissing his ass. Nobody too afraid to say anything. The emperor does not have clothes.